This is the original Metal Gear game, the first one.
They included it as like a nice Easter egg for people to enjoy?
That's right. Let's go over the details first. Make contact with Gray Fox and find the location of the ultimate weapon, Metal Gear. See, look at little Solid Snake. This is his first mission.
Oh, that's adorable. He's just a little guy here. It's that song you were talking about, Bandit, where it sounds kind of like the Jaws theme a little bit.
Yep, this is the theme of Tara. Tara. That's how it works. Yeah, I was talking about this. I don't remember which game I was talking about it in, but yeah, so this is the first Metal Gear game. This is Big Boss. The mission is infiltration. Make sure that the enemy does not discover your whereabouts. Over. So, of course, I'm sure you remember, Sen, the plot device in Metal Gear Solid 1 was that Snake was talking about how he killed Big Boss, who was his father.
Yes. So I'm assuming in this game we're going to do that at the end of it?
Well, this is Outer Heaven. This is us infiltrating Outer Heaven. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, and Solidus wanted to make his own out of heaven, but this is the original.
Yeah, and you'll notice that it's Snake swam in here just like he does in MGS1 and Raiden does in MGS2. Because there's a lot of, like, water. A lot of these bases are built on water in Metal Gear, which is kind of weird. Oh, look, Zebo, cigarettes. Cigarettes may, Surgeon General's warning, cigarette smoking may be hazardous to your health.
Is this where it began? Is this where Snake's crippling nicotine addiction started?
Ah, smoking and murder, my two favorite things. Ah!
Never leave your Snake unattended, or they might get a nicotine addiction.
But yeah, so in the very first game, his very first mission, Solid Snake brought cigarettes. How does that make you feel, Zebo?
I think that's hilarious.
This time it looks like he was able to just bring them with him and he didn't have to hide them in his stomach, though.
Yeah, things were a little more relaxed in the 1980s, I guess. You were just allowed to bring cigarettes with you.
They didn't know they were bad for you yet, I guess.
Well, the Surgeon General's warning is on there. I just don't think anybody cares. Also, would you like to hear... Like, I already like the theme of Tara, but I like the alert theme as well.
That was very catchy. It's very cool how both Castlevania and the Metal Gear series started with a pixelated and chiptune soundtrack.
But yeah, you'll see that I'm picking up the handgun in a truck just like in MGS1. It doesn't have any ammo! And of course, Sen, there is absolutely no way to have any non-lethal takedowns in this game. Snake just comes in and kills everybody.
I see. So from the very beginning, he never even considered it as an option.
I gotta test out this new gun!
The bullets travel so slow in this game, you could actually dodge them.
Yeah, but I didn't. Very difficult game. That's why we're not gonna be playing it. Artie Moon says, hello, missed you guys. Hello, Artie Moon.
Yes, hello, welcome to the stream. Oh. Okay, yeah, this music is absolutely peak. It's amazing. It's extremely catchy, and I love how the bass kicked in, the other instrument kicked in, and then it just all faded away just to play the main synth again. And now it all came back.
It's so groovy. Oh. Wow, that was an excellent tune.
Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. That is the Foxhound logo.
Yeah, Meryl had a fake tattoo of that on her shoulder.
All right, I'll go ahead and read the dialogue here. This is Snake. I've reached the infiltration point. Snake, right on time as always. Let's get started. Commencing Operation Intrude FO41. I mean 14. Let's go over this one more time. Your mission is to infiltrate Zanzibar land and rescue the kidnapped Shizek biologist Dr. Kyo Marv. Snake, we've provided you with a new anti-personnel sensor. Try switching it on. Roger. Okay, it's on. The white dot on your radar are enemy soldiers. The red dot is your current position. The radar is equipped with several other types of sensors as well. They should warn you of any unseen dangers. What's the radar's effective range? Well, unfortunately, it is not made from currently existing technology, so its range is quite limited. Also, if the enemy spots you, you won't be able to use the radar. The enemy will use a jammer to scramble it. Got it. Where can I find Dr. Marv? Well, Dr. Marv has a transmitter implanted in one of his molar teeth. When you get close to him, he'll show up as a red dot on your radar. So I just have to keep an eye out for the red dot. Snake, use frequency 140.85 for all future communications with me. Good luck. Over and out. Which is the same frequency he has in Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2.
His name says Campbell, but it didn't say Colonel Campbell. Is he not a colonel yet?
That's entirely possible. Maybe this mission is what gives him the rank of colonel, but I think he is Colonel Campbell. Also, cigarettes.
Delicious.
Now, the biggest gameplay improvement of this game over Metal Gear 1 is, look at this.
I see, you can crouch down.
Oh, and go prone and crawl around like a snake. Of course, that makes sense, because this one was called Solid Snake.
Yeah, they just didn't have the technology to do that in Metal Gear 1, but we can do it here in Metal Gear 2. Again, I'm not going to play all of this game because much like the original classic Vanias, very difficult. I have eaten these games to completion. I haven't beaten the games, I've eaten them, get it? But the idea is I'm fully aware of everything that happens, and it's just a worse version of Metal Gear Solid 1. So I'm not really all that worried about it.
What? The sequel was worse than the original? How could this happen?
No, Zebo, you're not listening. I said it's worse than Metal Gear Solid 1, not Metal Gear 1.
I see, I understand. It's a worse version than the PS1 game. What was this even on? What console was it on?
The MSX Computer Entertainment System.
What the heck is that?
It was a computer entertainment system, I think, made by Konami. Anyway, so the most important things to take away from this game is, so Big Boss survived his supposed death in Metal Gear 1. And it was weird because Big Boss was the one giving you instructions in Metal Gear 1, like Colonel Campbell in this game, but Big Boss was actually the one that you fight at the end of the game. So you see, it was a twist. Even in the very first game, they had a twist, similar to how Liquid Snake was acting as somebody who was, you know, your support, but in reality was the final boss. But yeah, so Big Boss survives the encounter at Outer Heaven, and then he goes to Zanzibar Land, which is where we are right now. In this game, we also have Gray Fox as an enemy, and we found Gray Fox in the first game, which is why Big Boss was talking about it. But in that game, he was an ally. He was just a hostage, and we saved him. In this game, he's a boss, and we fight him amongst a bunch of landmines, and we punch him into some landmines, and he explodes. And then, you remember the backstory of Gray Fox in MGS1 is that someone named Dr. Clark worked on him and turned him into the Cyborg Ninja, which is what happened with all of that. I don't think anybody who played these two games, Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2, ever thought the series would take that turn, but it most definitely does, for better or worse. I think for better. But yeah, so the reason why I'm going over this, and I'm going to stop playing this very soon, but the reason why I'm going over it is because this game and Metal Gear 1 take place in like the 80s and 90s, I think. And Metal Gear Solid 1 takes place in 2005, I think. So the point is, after this game, Snake retires and he goes to Alaska, and then they call him out of retirement. That's how Metal Gear Solid 1 happens.
Yeah, he's a hardened killer by then. He's gone through everything. Through this game and the game before it. And then they have the audacity to try to take our cigarettes away after all that.
And the reason why I bring all this up is because the game that we're about to play, Metal Gear Solid 3, takes place in the 60s.
Oh, so we're going way back.
Yeah, before the 90s, 80s, and all that.
Yep, about 20 years before Metal Gear 1 is the game that we're going to be playing, Metal Gear Solid 3. It is the first game on the timeline, if you want to think about it chronologically. I'm Holly White. Don't call me Meryl, even though that's exactly the same kind of character in Metal Gear Solid 1 with the exact same codec frequency. Don't even worry about it. I infiltrated Zanzibar land a month ago posing as a journalist. I'm gonna be your informant on the inside, just like Meryl was at MGS1, which is in the future. So I pretty much know how things work around here. I can help you any way I can. My frequency is 140.15. Call me later. Isn't that great, son? And at the end of this game, Snake saves Holly in basically the exact same fashion as Meryl, except instead of being on a snow speeder or whatever they call them, you just take a helicopter out of here. Because, you know, back when this game came out, the hot topic was Vietnam!
I see. So with the Metal Gear games, they kind of continue certain identifiable characters and events and locations, it seems.
All right, hold on, son. This is funny. I think you'll enjoy this, and then I'll move on. Attention! Stand at attention for the Zanzibar Land National Anthem.
You weren't standing at attention! Take him down!
Yeah, pretty much. All right, now let's move on to the main attraction.
The HD edition. Ooh.
All right, so we got some options here. New game. I'm playing MGS series for the first time. I like MGS 1, I like MGS 2, and I like MGS 3. What would you say is your favorite of these options, Zebo?
Probably MGS2. I think that was the goofiest one so far. I do like that one a lot. It was really funny. Why don't you do it, blows up?
And Sen, what is your opinion?
I definitely preferred MGS1 over MGS2. MGS2 was kind of unfocused, had a lot of weird things in it.
Well, you're both wrong. The best is yet to come. MGS3 is the best game out of all of these. I love this game so much. You know, I played MGS1 on easy, MGS2 on normal. I'm playing this game on hard.
Oh goodness, the difficulty's gonna raise with each game at this point.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
This game is so awesome, Sen, that in the modern year, they are currently trying to remake it.
That That sounds awesome, Bandit. I wonder when that's coming out.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Now that's awesome. Falling out of the sky? A lot cooler than swimming.
News. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us. listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle. Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No. There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Come on, Snake. It's time for school. Go get your backpack.
Oh, I left my backpack in the tree!
So you'll notice the big parachute is no longer here, nor is the thing he was wearing on his chest. He picked them all up. But yeah, so MGS1 and MGS2 start on the water like Metal Gear 1, but this game starts on the precipice of a giant cliff like Metal Gear 2.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. So it isn't completely out of random. It actually is connected to a previous game. Wait, we're in the jungle now. That's so interesting. We can't pick up enemy rations because there's no enemies around. We're in the middle of nowhere. We have to get our own food. It's time to live up to the name of Snake. We're gonna eat the snakes.
I see my backpack!
Jump for it, Snake.
I missed!
That's okay. Apparently we can climb like a monkey, so this isn't a problem for us.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger-happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She?
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
The boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me.
Oh.
Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top-secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top-secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
All right, so there's a lot to unpack there. But first, I want to comment on Major Tom telling us that we're a ghost. We can't leave any trace of our presence. That's why Snake picked up the parachute, packed it back up. That's why he picked up that little cord thing with the box on his chest. There was a couple of quotes that we've heard in later games. I'm pretty sure Snake told Raiden in MGS2, "A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name." And there was another quote in there as well. I'm trying to remember. Oh, right. Snake here said to the boss, "There's no one I'd rather have on this mission than you," which is a callback to MGS1 when Snake told Master Miller, "There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you." And also, the codec frequency of the boss is 141.80, which is the same as Master Miller's in MGS1 and quote-unquote Pliskin in MGS2.
Right, the mentor characters, they always have the same frequency.
There's a snake here.
Looks like it's time to eat.
Come here, little buddy. I'm not gonna hurt you. I lied. But You're changing sides now? I thought you said you were on my side. I don't recall saying that, or whatever he said in MGS2.
I don't recall ever being on yours.
Yeah, that's right. So the snake is like, but you're called Snake. I thought you were on my side. You're changing sides now? I don't recall ever saying I was on yours.
Never change, Snake, never change.
But yeah, so this game takes place in the 60s. So this is very early on. This is 20 years removed from the first Metal Gear game. And if I remember correctly, Metal Gear 2 taking place in the 90s, it's 30 years removed from that.
I mean, this is crazy old. I don't even think they have currently existing technology here. Whatever the codec thing that they were doing, it looked like more like a radio, like there wasn't any moving heads or anything. Very, very primitive technology.
That is correct. It is indeed a radio.
Saving the game, Snake?
I wonder if Paramedic is going to give us wise sayings as Maylene did.
Or talk about the dating, us being dating like Rose did for Jack. Like, do you remember what time it is?
Have you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Nuclear test, huh? Then the Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant monsters right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version, too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Well, if you wait 40 years, you might be able to see it in America, too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Of course! Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam. That's the magic of movies.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
Snake, have you seen my Japanese anime movies about the giant monsters destroying Tokyo?
Paramedic was seriously like, honestly, I think I prefer the sub over the dub, Snake. You should watch that fun instead. So she's gonna give us random movie facts. Well, that's interesting. That's different from the other saved characters. Is that an alligator? Oh, 2 of them. 3 of them. 4 of them. Oh no! They kind of blend in. Why is there so many killer croc babies?
He was coming in for the munch.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I've seen that look from you sometimes, Manid. right in the mouth. Oh, that's rough. They're all yawning. I think they're too tired to chase after you. That's good. That helps us a little bit. Too sluggish.
So I want to take this opportunity to explain that if you step in the mud, then you leave a little bit of footprints.
I see them. So I assume in the same way that we left snow prints on the ground, enemies will be able to detect our presence with these as well.
Well, they certainly could, but I just want to point out that there is a game that comes out at a later time than this game, which I do not consider canon to the Metal Gear franchise because it introduces a lot of contradictions. And one of those contradictions is saying, oh yeah, you know, Snake, he didn't clean up after himself. He brought in, like, we sent in like a whole team of people on this solo sneaking mission that we explicitly said was a solo sneaking mission and there would be no reinforcements. We sent in like, I don't know, 20 people to come in and like clean up everything that Snake leaves behind, like footprints or something. Right, because, you know, that's more believable than just assuming, oh, I guess, like, you know, the mud, like, just whatever, you know, like, it won't stay there forever. No, they got people coming in with, like, a broom, and they clean up everything, you know, because, you know, that makes a lot more sense than just, you know, the mud making the footprints disappear over time, which, unless my eyes are playing a trick on me, has already happened.
And then you gotta think about the cleanup crew. Who's gonna be the cleanup crew for the cleanup crew? Oh, it's just a never-ending cycle. How could they ever go through a sneaking mission without leaving any traces behind? Ah!
That's quite sad, Bandit, that they would do that, because the whole point is that you're so alone that you have to get your own food and make your own weapons, and then they're like, oh no, there's like 20 other people. They're hiding in the bushes. You just didn't see them.
Yeah, it's really stupid, and that is not canon as far as I'm concerned, so just remember this is a solo sneaking mission in the canon of Metal Gear Solid. Also, now is probably the best time to show off the camouflage, which is a new mechanic that was not in previous games.
Oh, so depending on the environment, I'm assuming they'll have a buff or a debuff to your overall hidden ability within your environment. So you have to change it throughout the game to be as hidden as possible.
Yeah, and there are descriptions for these things as well. Olive drab, commonly known as OD, a single color battle uniform for general infantry use, does not provide much camouflage. Striped camo pattern resembling a tiger's coat, effective in wooded and grassy areas as well as against soil and mud. So that's probably pretty good. We also have leaf, effective in underbrush, camo pattern developed to provide cover in forested areas, effective in underbrush. We have tree bark, effective when pressed against trees, obviously. Designed with hunters in mind, pasted with photos of tree trunks and leafy branches. There we go. Effective when pressed against trees. We have squares, effective against brown backgrounds. Camo pattern consisting of an array of squares makes it difficult to distinguish the silhouette of the wearer. We have black, effective in dark areas or against black ground. Black battle uniform, effective in the dark. We have desert tiger, which is also good against brown backgrounds. Tiger stripe pattern designed for desert environments. It is especially effective against brown backgrounds. Also, wearing it prevents an equipped suppressor from wearing out with use. This one has a special, unique function. We have DPM, which is a forest camo pattern designed in the UK that provides excellent cover in forested areas. Wearing it doubles the natural life recovery rate. Leckerton, a forest camo pattern designed in Germany that provides excellent cover in forested areas. Wearing it prevents battery drain. And we have Oscam Desert, especially effective against white backgrounds. A desert camo pattern designed in Australia that provides excellent cover against white backgrounds. Also, wearing it drops any damage to 2/3. And then we have Zebo's favorite. Naked. No uniform worn on the upper body does not provide much camouflage.
Maybe so, but it does create an intimidating figure. Bro is so confident that he doesn't even need to wear clothes or armor or anything. He's just coming at you shirtless. You better be scared.
But yeah, that one camo is pretty useful. You should use that whenever you're using your silencer tranquilizer gun, because he did say if that wears out, then you're not going to be able to shoot it with the silent feature anymore. It'll just be loud, and that's not good.
The only problem is I don't think this is going to be very effective right now. Well, it's actually not that bad. I guess we could do that.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the Camo Index. The Camo Index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
And then Snake immediately stands up. I did not do that. That was the game.
I was like, oh, come on, but I mean, come on. You can't assume we're going to run around like an idiot. And then he immediately just confirms our suspicions. Come on, Sting, you got to do better than that.
I wasn't paying attention. I need to eat something.
Need to get more snack.
You know, we didn't check. Did Snake here bring any cigarettes? No, he brought a cigar. So that's what we got to be using. Time for a cigar.
What, is our health going down? Is that what that sound is? Oh. What, a cigarette's like a newer invention or something, and cigars is like the old thing, that's why he's using that now?
I'm pretty sure both existed in this time period. He just prefers cigars. Major, I found a lethal weapon.
It's nice that that was just laying around for us. It kind of feels like it's got the hitbox of snakes in Resident Evil 4. They're kind of hard to hit with the knife sometimes.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty astute observation.
Except they don't seem to be so hostile in this game. Like, they would attack you immediately in Resident Evil 4, but here they're kind of just chilling around.
As long as he doesn't notice the grass shifting around, we'll be fine. There's something really comedic about this visual. Just got a cigar in his mouth and he's crawling on the ground. Yeah, we gotta get something that works better with grass.
This is what I was looking for. Natural life recovery rate, so that me smoking the cigar doesn't have such a, bad effect on the health situation.
Don't worry, Tom. We're wearing the camouflage that makes it so cigars are healthy for me.
So they saved Sokolov, and then they decided to give him back to prevent nuclear war, and then we're going to save him again. I feel very sorry for this guy. He's just being tossed around back and forth. At least his family's probably still safe. I mean, they didn't send them back, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe assumption to make.
They save him, they put him back, and they're like, oh, don't worry, just a break, bro. We're gonna save you again.
Well, he's working on a very dangerous weapon. We don't want him to finish it, so this is probably for the best.
As long as they don't think it's us who's saving them, and it's a completely on a need-to-know basis, then everything should be fine. They won't suspect a thing. Absolutely not. The heck is with this tree trunk? If it had a door, I would assume this would be where Shrek was about to bust out.
I hit it just after it decided to stop being there. I was trying to get just a little further away from earshot of the guard so that it wouldn't obviously give away my position, but you know, whatever.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's quite as incognito as it is in the future with that newer technology. Cause sure, I'm sure he can only hear them, but they're gonna hear him talking. It's not quite telepathic like it is later on in the other games.
Look at that smug little face. He knows what he's gonna do. Oh.
I don't know why Snake seems so stupid. Why did he just stand up?
For dramatic effect. I mean, did you see his entrance, Banned? He knows drama. That epic, like, landing. And then he stood up and he flung the mask off. Like, oh, it was so epic with the slow motion.
What do you think is going to happen when I shoot this beehive?
I think it's gonna fall on top of the guard. And... perfect shot. Oh, he was sliding too, man. He's got some swag.
All right, let me see if this works.
Oh, it's the legendary pull-up maneuver.
I don't need to do that in this game at any time. That was just a flex. But in the... there is a game, I don't want to spoil it, but there is a game where we play as the first Snake. And doing that trick that I just did, where you have to let go of a ledge and snap onto a ledge that's beneath it, comes in very handy for procuring an item, which is exactly what Otacon was warning about right before we did this. I said it shows up later in the series, canonically, that this guy does that. I did say that.
You did bet it. Oh, man. He's got the max level grip strength right there. That is such an impressive move. He might not be able to flip around like Raiden, but he's still got some moves. That introductory scene, and then that slide. Ooh.
And that's what allowed me to do it fast enough to get by.
Yeah, it's because the patrol didn't get there yet.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Snake,
What?
are you smoking a cigarette?
Nope.
Yes, you are.
It's not a cigarette. It's a cigar.
Same thing.
Not at all. In fact, there's a world of difference. There's nothing quite like the rich smell and mellow flavor of a cigar. And that thick, luxurious smoke is almost sensual when it...
Yeah, whatever. You know something?
Probably not, but I don't want to hear it.
Well, you don't have a choice. Cigarettes are bad for you.
It's not a cigarette. It's a...
Quiet, you. Smoking is bad for you. In a recent study, scientists found that tobacco smoke is full of carcinogenic substances, like nitrosamines. You know what that means? It means you're going to give yourself lung cancer if you keep on smoking.
But that's just what some scientists think, right?
Oh, give me a break.
I heard it was just a bunch of hoo-ha.
Do you really believe that?
Sure.
God, you're gullible. You ought to read this year's report from the Surgeon General. It proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that smoking causes lung cancer. Pretty soon the whole world will know that smoking is bad for you. Better quit now before it's too late.
But...
And don't tell me cigar smoke is harmless because it doesn't go down into your lungs. It just means the cancer shows up in a different place. Got it?
Yeah. Tasty.
That sounds so close. Okay, there he is. Why you gotta turn our way like that? Just move on. Nothing to see here. And remember, that other guy, he walks this way up ahead, so I don't think it's safe to go now.
There he is. You see that?
Yep, I see him. Yeah, he's turning the corner. So there's some way where we have to get through here without alerting him. Looks like it works so far. And no one's gonna be able to see us down here.
Bro's patrolling, and then all of a sudden he hears under the floorboards, mmm, tasty. Snake just decides to eat the snake right here.
Well, if I wasn't already full, I might just do that.
Yeah, then there's another guard that goes up to the gate here. There he is. He's probably going to turn around any second now. It's not a good idea to go with the ladder, I'm assuming.
All right, I'm going to try something. This might be a bad idea.
You're not going to throw it at him, are you?
I'll bet if you capture one and throw it at an enemy, it'll give him a good scare.
Right. But how do they taste?
Huh?
Listen, paramedics seem really excited about the idea. Paramedics just a prankster.
Huh? What was that noise?
Did that actually work? Oh, wow. Okay. Now, be careful. Remember, they can hear you even when you're, like, prone up here, I think.
Huh? What's that sound?
Yeah, see, there it is. What's that sound? We have to figure out... Okay, he's over there. Oh, I was just worried if we drop that, he'll go straight here.
Saved by the cutscene.
That was peak Metal Gear Solid gameplay on the 6th try.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the Army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the Gru. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power. The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America's truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts?
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
So there's your confirmation that he was speaking Russian to the Russian.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
No one spotted me.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
I think Sokolov is going to be the cyborg ninja of this game.
Freeze!
So this is the legendary boss.
Huh?
Huh? We meet at last.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz.
Huh?
What's a GRU soldier doing here?
Soldier?
He's the Ocelot commander.
Ha! That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Don't worry, I won't.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
know someone else who uses Ricochet. And who wears spurs, now that you mention it.
And whose name is Ocelot, now that you mention it.
That's Major Ocelot to you.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the Gru.
Sokolov, take cover.
Huh. You're not the boss, are you?
Crew operatives!
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do. But testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Huh? Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's what Ocelot said in the first game when he was fighting Snake right before the cyborg ninja cut off his hand. He said, "You're pretty good."
You're pretty good.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
All right, so there are a few things that I need to go over from those cutscenes. First of all, Ocelot here was just straight up shooting people with the ricochet. And also, the guy that he shot with the ricochet was up on the ladder. Now, if you'll recall, Sen, when I went up here on the ladder, somebody was like, what was that? And they were actively climbing up the ladder right before the cutscene. So that guy that was up there, just like he got right up here just before I dropped down here, that was the guy who Ocelot shot with the ricochet. Major Ocelot, I mean. And we can think back to what Snake said, or Ocelot said in MGS2, because Gerlukovich was like, when did you turn, Ocelot? And Ocelot said, turn? You mean on Mother Russia? That was sometime during the Cold War. And of course, this game takes place during the Cold War, about the middle of the Cold War. So there's like a whole lot of backstory happening right now, Sen. And importantly, you know, in terms of not leaving any trace of our presence, it doesn't matter because there were KGB and GRU here fighting. So the United States can just blame it on that. Oh, why are there KGB and GRU people bodies on the floor? Oh, well, they were fighting each other, it seems. So everything is covered and is neatly tied up. But wow, what do you think of all that, Sen?
I think that's incredible. I think it's amazing we get to see the origins of Ocelot. Here he's Major Ocelot.
And as a result, he makes an adorable cat noise. So I guess he outgrew that thing, and then he went and called himself Revolver Ocelot, and then he doesn't need to do the meowing anymore. But that is amazing. He made a rookie mistake. He's young. He isn't experienced yet. He doesn't even use a revolver. Just a gun that can get jammed all the time.
You're pretty good.
No! That is not Solid Snake!
Cheese! Ratarara! Ratatouille cheese!
I just want to eat the cheese on it. If you got the cheese, Snake, just eat it.
Well, then he wouldn't be able to catch the mouse, and then he wouldn't have a whole animal to feast on.
Oh, you're right. We must sacrifice the cheese to get the rat.
All right, now let's have some fun codec conversations.
That is... By the way, Snake,
What?
what was that little lecture back there?
Lecture?
You were instructing the GRU commander, weren't you? Something about the first round or his hand?
Yeah.
What was that supposed to mean?
Well, whenever he put a new clip in his gun, he'd always load the first round by hand, whether there was a round left in the chamber or not. It's a technique they teach in the Middle East. By making sure there's always a round in the chamber, you eliminate the risk of pulling the trigger with nothing to fire. He must have heard about it from someone or read it somewhere. In any case, he probably wanted to try it out for himself. And he was obviously motivated by vanity to show off his new technique. That's when you make mistakes. The battlefield is an unforgiving place. The only techniques you can rely on are the ones you've mastered through experience and practice.
Uh-huh. And what were you saying about him being more suited to revolvers?
When he fired, he was bending his elbow sharply to avoid the recoil. It looked like he wasn't aware he was doing it, but that habit can be either a fatal flaw or a gift.
What do you mean?
Automatic weapons use recoil to operate, so if you don't let the recoil hit you, it interferes with the operating cycle of the gun. Basically, he shouldn't be trying to avoid the impact like that. But with a revolver, there's no need to let the recoil hit you. Just the opposite. Avoiding the recoil lets you reduce the strain on your hand and arm. That kid might just be handy with a high-caliber revolver.
Handy? Are you listening to yourself?
What do you mean?
He's the enemy. Why are you giving him advice? Snake.
I don't know. For some reason, I couldn't help but point it out to him.
Snake, are you all right?
Yeah.
And that's when Snake got his diagnosis of being hyper-fixated on weapons. The revolver, and the recoil, and the magazine, and the automatic.
Well, it seems like he'd be a good teacher.
Or maybe, well, I'm just glad he's not obsessed with trains, you know?
Snake, remember that this operation is a solo sneaking mission. We'll be providing you with support over the radio, but out in the field, you're on your own. There's no backup.
And no cleanup crew.
Listen up, Snake. Keep in mind that this operation is strictly covert. Engagements should be avoided. If you must dispose of an enemy, do it with the tranquilizer gun.
Yup. Sweet dreams, Boy Scout.
That's right. And by the time he wakes up, you and Sokolov will be safely out of the country.
Sipping hot coffee on a plane back home.
What did you say?
Hmm?
What did you say?
Sipping hot coffee on a...
You're gonna drink that foul mud? On the victory flight home?
Okay, then. What would you drink?
Tea, of course.
I knew he was gonna say that! You disgusting Americans and your coffee! Oh, nothing like a good sip of tea in the morning. It's the only way to start your day. I'm sure you would have no disagreements with that, Sen.
Yeah, I do prefer tea over coffee.
But you have no idea how good a cigarette tastes in the morning. That was a line from MGS1.
The battery recharges automatically when not in use. When you want to recharge the battery, unequip all electronic devices and give it some time. The higher your stamina gauge, the faster your battery recharges. If you want it to recharge faster, eat food and recover your stamina. Also, if you run, roll, or do other dramatic actions, the battery will recharge faster.
Wait a second.
What is it?
The higher my stamina, the faster my battery recharges?
That's what I said.
But what does my stamina have to do with the battery?
Oh, yes, I see what you're getting at. Let's have Paramedic explain that. Paramedic?
Yes, sir. It's because Snake's battery uses bioelectricity.
Bioelectricity.
Bioelectricity is electricity emitted from cells. When the cells of living things are stimulated, sodium and potassium ions move rapidly through the cell membrane's ion channel, creating a difference in electric potential. The battery uses that energy to recharge. So unless your cells have plenty of nutrients, the recharge won't work well.
Amazing the kind of machines that are available now.
But this machine has not been made public. It was designed by a scientist at the CIA's Directorate of Science and Technology.
What kind of person was he?
The person who designed it?
Yeah.
I heard he was pretty strange.
Stranger than the Major?
There's nothing strange about the Major.
My tea's gone. Who drank it? How am I supposed to have tea time without tea?
Well, not too strange, at least.
Hey, my scone's gone too. Part of your mission is to demonstrate to the brass the core concepts behind Fox. Leave no evidence. That's the essence of Fox. And avoid engagement with the enemy.
Understood.
Not only that, I mean leave nothing behind, including weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, even bodily waste.
Yeah. When I do my business, I bury it good.
What?
What's wrong?
That's the American way.
American way for what?
To handle defecation. You're gonna bury it?
Yeah.
Bring it home with you.
What?
That's what we did in SAS. The US Army is sloppy. They do things well, but not perfectly. Here in Fox, we're doing things my way. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Tom, why would we bring it home with us? That's disgusting. How are we supposed to store it without it just smelling everywhere? It's going to give away our position.
Well, we're supposed to leave absolutely no trace. What if somebody sees that somebody dug a hole somewhere?
I understand, but they didn't give us a little baggie to keep it in either.
That's what your water canteen is for.
No, that's disgusting. Oh.
Tom, what do you want it for? Anyway, bro's got a collection. Oh, what a weirdo. Back when I was in this service, we always had a collection.
Snake, I've completed the double check on the Fulton recovery system.
Any problems?
None. Leave your recovery to us.
Excellent.
I suppose I should explain the procedure once more before the actual maneuver.
No.
I see. Well, the Fulton recovery system allows for rapid recovery of personnel from enemy territory, and it's perfect for these kinds of special operations. Basically, how it works is the plane flies by and snags a nylon lift line that the soldier has grabbed onto, and that's been elevated by a balloon. The Fulton recovery system was first designed in the 1940s as a method of picking up mail for the American Postal Service. During the Korean War, that system was redesigned to recover personnel. JAC, an ancillary organization to the CIA. Yes, good old JAC. It stands for Joint Advisory Commission Korea. Isn't that something? So, JAC first used the Fulton surface-to-air recovery system to extract agents from North Korea and mainland China. Let's go over the procedure once more, to be on the safe side. First, the plane drops a canister about the size of a coffin to you. Inside, you'll find a balloon, a 1,500-foot cable, and a harness that attaches to your suit. Take the items out, attach the line to your suit, fill the balloon with helium, and send the line up. The plane will approach at 125 miles per hour. Snag the cable just below the balloon with a hook on the nose of the aircraft, and whisk you away. Assuming the pickup is successful, you'll be reeled in with a winch and pulled to safety into the rear of the aircraft. Got it? Snake?
Yeah, I got it. I got it real good.
Were you listening?
Yeah.
All right, then.
You need to listen to me, Snake. I got some good information for you. You got it right. You got it right.
Yes, I got it.
Sorry, I stopped listening when I heard balloons. I love balloons so much.
Almost as good as cigarettes.
Maybe one day I'm gonna have a whole operation. I'm gonna make a balloon business. That's what I'm gonna do. I love balloons. I love floating balloons so much.
Okay, I didn't know he liked them that much. My goodness.
Do you want to save?
Also, in the cutscene with Sokolov, when he says your Russian is he did not say I said make way. When he said your Russian is superb, Naked Snake also said, you know, I've got a message for you from Major Zero, even though we were told we'd be talking about, we'd be calling him Major Tom. Now, this is because the reason for the codename switch, Major Tom, was the possibility that somebody could be listening to the radio frequencies, because it's not like the advanced codec where nobody can listen in because it just stimulates the small bones of your ear. It is entirely possible these transmissions could be listened to. So just remember, in canon, everybody involved on the radio knows that the transmissions might be being monitored, and Snake is like, no, I'm not smoking a cigarette. Nope.
For everyone to hear. But from the sounds of it, he was saying that that's interesting that you say that, Snake, that he says that. Sorry for being late.
Have you ever seen Forbidden Planet?
No, can't say I have.
It's about this expedition that goes to the planet Altair 4 in an ultra-fast spaceship. When they arrive, they meet the survivor of the last expedition, Dr. Morbius. Dr. Morbius was exploring the planet along with his daughter Altera and the versatile Robbie the robot. Ignoring the doctor's warnings, the expedition team is suddenly attacked by an invisible creature called the Monster from the Id. The special effects they used for the science stuff were really neat. I wish I had a robot like Robbie that could make anything I wanted it to.
I'm more interested in that invisible monster. If I were invisible, I wouldn't have to bother hiding or wearing camouflage.
Maybe someday you'll be able to turn invisible.
Yeah, that'll be the day.
Is that our hint towards stealth camouflage?
I believe it is, but I'm more interested in the Morbius. What do you mean there's Morbin time in this old movie Paramedic? Oh, this goes deeper. I need to know more about the Morbius iceberg.
So, yeah, so Snake says Major Zero has a message for you, even though we were told to call him Major Tom, and that's because we weren't talking over the radio, so we don't need to worry about somebody listening in. But why is it that all the KGB troops were ready to ambush us? It's because Snake and Sokolov were just discussing all of these things right next to where the people were patrolling, and we already know that somebody was climbing up on the roof. So that guy that Major Ocelot shot with the ricochet, he definitely heard everything that we were talking about.
He just didn't want to interrupt. He thought it was, I guess he thought that Snake's Russian was pretty good too. He was impressed. He wanted to hear him out.
I'm gonna eat the bees!
I want some more.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Man, those were really tasty. It's just echoing in his mind. Don't run around like an idiot, Snake. Snake. Spins around in a circle.
I want some more! I've been waiting over here for like 50 minutes.
You okay? Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
That's what they were making you build?
Yes. The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBMs.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain?
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo. Is that thing finished?
No. This is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2?
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
I'm not sure why, but in all the cutscenes, Snake seems to take the suppressor off of the tranquilizer gun, so I guess he's really concerned about, you know, keeping that suppressor good.
He doesn't want to have to wear that desert camouflage all the time, too.
Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
I'm sorry, I ate the beehive!
Hornets.
back for revenge!
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself. It's raining blood. Is he crying?
Kuwabara, Kuwabara. Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
He's seen my face. We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
has been rejected. Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with the left stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the medical item, and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
All right. First. Cigar.
You're dying! Now is not the time!
Now might be the only time.
I think you're right. Better enjoy it while you can.
Okay, I got a couple different woods here. Okay, let's see. A lot of cuts. All right, let me start with. I'll start with this one. Deep cut, bandage, disinfect. Okay, so disinfectant. Suture kit, septic, and the bandage. Okay, Next injury. All right, we need septic, disinfectant, suture, bandage. Okay. Now this one's gonna be really difficult because the hand that's broken is not gonna be able to help me stitch this up. So I'm gonna have to bend my wrist backwards to stitch it up. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I guess I'll use my teeth, disinfectant, septic, suture kit, bandage. All right, one more.
I just imagine he mistakes the bandages with the cigar.
He's just thinking cigar, cigar, cigar in his head. He's just burns his skin.
All right, I got a broken bone on my ribs. I think I need to use my cigar. Oh, that just burned me! Oh, the ointment, effective for burns treatment. Okay, all right. Now, I got a broken bone here. I need a bandage. I need a splint. All right, last one. Bandage, splint.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
The Fulton recovery balloon? Balloons? Cigars?
Wow, what's with the ominous music? Oh.
He didn't have any cigars.
Shagohod.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
Nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death?
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
I said make way!
Wait, Major, did you send the balloon with a did you weigh it down with a bomb with an explosion? Oh no, Major!
What is a man?
All right, and that is where we will end the stream. What do you think about all that, Sen?
Oh my goodness. I think we're a little too close to that nuclear explosion for one. Radiation levels, everything. It's gonna be really, really bad. Bro, we got a new toy! And the first thing he does is he opens it like a Happy Meal! He's like, oh yeah, the big one, like Sid from Toy Story. And he immediately uses the rocket, just like Sid. He just wants to immediately blow something up. He can't help himself. He's just a little kid at heart, you know, just wants to play with his new toys. Except here it kills people. Oh no.
Yep, so I guess there's not going to be any evidence of any fight there or anything with us. It would be really stupid if a future game was like, yeah, we sent in like 20 people to clean up after you, when canonically in the story, the whole area just gets nuked.
So what, those 20 people got nuked as well? Is that the implication? What, huh? Yeah, that's very, very odd. I don't know why they made that retcon.
Well, yes, so this was a prequel to the first Metal Gear and the first Metal Gear 2, and that means it's a prequel to MGS1 and MGS2. It is the furthest back in the timeline, and it tells the origin of why Solid Snake and Liquid Snake have the codename Snake. This was the first guy to be named Snake, Naked Snake, and it's because his mentor was the boss who was with the group called the Cobra Unit. So they don't call him Cobra, they call him Snake. But that's where it comes from. So we now know the origin of where the name Snake comes from, the codename Snake, I should say. And that's why even Raiden had the codename Snake before they changed his codename. But you saw at the beginning of this game, this guy, whatever his codename used to be, they gave him the codename Snake as a part of this operation to rescue Sokolov. So, yeah, he's dead now.
Kind of hard to have a game about a dead guy, but, you know, maybe he's a ghost or something.
No, I mean, I'm sure the story will just pick up with the next guy they give the codename Snake to.
Yeah, you know, just oh well, that one didn't make it. Anyway, your name is Snake, and no one has ever died with this name before. You're the first one. We're gonna send you on a top secret mission, never been done before. You're gonna have a great time. Don't think about anyone who has previously had that code name, because no one has. Exactly, isn't that easy to remember?
Well, I mean, it's exactly like MGS2. You start MGS2 and there's the tanker mission. You're playing as Solid Snake. And then something terrible happens that sets up the plot of the game, and then you play as a completely different character.
So we're continuing the trend set by Metal Gear Solid 2. It makes sense.
Yes, I guess that means we're gonna be like a less cool version of the first guy, the first Snake, or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to do flips with the next guy.